Calvin Jones here, Park Tool Company, telling you a story about this gravel bike. We're here to declare this instrument is the official instrument of gravel. You may agree with that, you may disagree. Tell us in the comments below, but not before we talk about the Banjo Fitting. This bike uses hydraulic brakes and, of course, hydraulic brake hose. By contrast, the cable-actuated systems travel through brake housing. The housing length is important for these systems. We don't want to see really tight bends because that creates friction in the system that does not make for good braking. The hydraulic fluid is not susceptible to tight bends like that. It flows right through. However, we don't want to have stress or it enters the lever or the caliper. Let's take a look at how the hose enters the systems. A common way is what's called a compression fitting. Here, the hose has a barb that is pushed with force inside. A metal sleeve comes up over the barb, typically a soft metal like brass or aluminum. It is all pushed into the caliper or into the lever by this compression fitting. Shop jargon calls this a compression nut. There's no threads on the inside, but we call it a compression nut anyway. That's tightened up, it crushes the sleeve and seals things tight. With the compression fitting, the housings need to leave straight. We don't want it to be stressed. You really have to leave straight. There's no options with this system, but let's look at the Banjo. The Banjo system is a bit different. It gives us options. The hose and fluid come down to this special bolt called the Banjo Fitting. We loosen it, we're able to change it to all sorts of different angles. But what goes inside, that's the key thing. Let's take a look at the Banjo magic. The bolt has a hole in it. It's hollow. There's a second hole up near the head that lets the fluid travel in and then out. It's sealed up as it bolts to the caliper, and that lets us seal it for high pressure of braking, and that is the Banjo system. Let's see what we can do on this gravel bike. This is not a horrible bend, and the fluid is sure going to flow just fine. But a little bit of stress here, actually it's not so bad. Probably could leave it, but aesthetically, we would like it to point more directly to where it's going. So we're going to rotate this just a little bit, and here's how you do it. Take the right wrench, we engage, and we're going to loosen just a little bit. You only need about 1/8 of a turn, and then rotate, because we don't want any air inside. So break it free. Oh, that's enough. We can rotate, rotate, rotate. Oh, right like that. Snug. This model likes about 11 Newton meters full torque. So, engage. And we're there. Time to test. But we need to squeeze. We got no wheel. Let's get the wheel in place. With the wheel in place, we pull and pull and pull and pull. It feels firm. There's no air inside. It's ready. Thanks, Banjo Fitting. We appreciate seeing how you work, and we appreciate how to work with you. Thanks, Banjo, for being the official instrument of gravel. If you think the banjo is the official instrument of gravel, let us know. Or do you prefer something else? And if you have a banjo fitting, let us know as well. The end.
Beautiful. Now play us a tune.
Yeah. Gravel, my gravel, I do love thee. Gravel, oh gravel, You got all over me. Good night.